You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your friends and family will never know the truth. Like I up and left a good nigga out the blue. Already reaching out to women and the girls I said forget it with you. Never seen to never understood. Wish I could hurt you but you'll never know this pain. Wish I could change you but for me you stay the same. Wish I could take your heart and rip it, that's the least of what I'm feeling. But you good cause you got hoes you can't complain to. Can't believe that I ever tried to save you. Straight from mommy to Diana's little baby. It's my fault, I can't admit it. Stay too long and too committed. Man, I should've fucked that one nigga, at least he had good credit. Every time I let some shit slide, my soul died. Every text message I seen, I swear my soul died. What I'ma have left to love on me now? And damn, I hope this shit just make your dad proud. And you ain't good for me, that's why I keep grinding. Wish this choice was harder, but you keep lying. We've been through so much, that shit don't mean nothing. When you fuck it up, that shit don't mean nothing. Now I'm back to loving me on my own. That's cool. I ain't even gotta pick up the phone. That's cool. I don't know now what I want from a nigga. That's cool. Cause I know I gotta grow on my own. That's cool. Let me feel good to be right in the zone. That's cool. Wish I could send it to everyone we know. That's cool. Tell your mama that her son is a hoe. And that's cool. Tell your mama that her son is a hoe. And that's cool. And that's cool. 100 times I don't look like a fool. Want the hoes to know it wasn't you. That nigga got something to prove. You thought that you win, but you lose. Baby can choose, be just a tool, but somehow you get used. Who knew this hate would run so deep? But who knew this love would just free me? If it's been this good, then I know this better. That means gon' feel good when I find a nigga. Sad it won't be you. I'm sad it won't be you. I can't share good news on a good time, cause it still make me mad that you ain't mine. A sad and simple truth. It's finally the end of me and you. Now I'm back to loving me on my own. And that's cool. I ain't even gotta pick up the phone. And that's cool. I don't know now what I want from a nigga. That's cool. Cause I know I gotta grow on my own. Yeah, that's cool. Let me feel good to be right in the zone. And that's cool. Wish I could send it to everyone we know. And that's cool. Tell your mama that her son is a hoe. And that's cool. Tell your mama that her son is a hoe. And that's cool. Now I'm back to loving me on my own. That's cool. I ain't even gotta pick up the phone. That's cool. I can worry about what I want from niggas. That's cool. If I don't know what I want on my own. That's cool. Damn, it feel good to be right in the zone. And that's cool. Wish I could send it to everyone you love. And that's cool. Tell your mama that her son is a hoe. And that's cool. Tell your mama that her son is a hoe. That's cool.
Radio.
Buy your hair if it won't grow. You can fix your nose if you said so. You can buy all the makeup the Mac can make. But if you can't look inside you, find out who am I to be in the position to make me feel so damn pretty.
Good morning, everyone. Hope y'all had a very safe 4th of July weekend. The weather was nice up here, so that's pretty good because we've been going through it with the weather. But speaking of summertime, today we're going to talk about for those who are having surgery. Well, we already here, but those who had surgery very, very close to summer, there are some things that you must be aware of just to make your journey a little bit lighter and easier to understand. Some things off the strength you're just going to have to deal with. I think that's the biggest thing with the community when it comes to summertime with having surgeries. It's not understanding that there are no shortcuts just because it's hot. Okay, you still have to follow all of the guidelines and protocols in order to have a safe journey recovery. The only thing that is different is really the heat and the timing. So what I always tell people is the business or career industry can be somewhat seasonal. Most people, the quote out there, summer bodies are made in the winter. So typically, if you want to have a really great summer, you would have your surgery between the months of September and April. That is usually the cutoff. That's when we're the busiest. That's when people are getting the most surgeries because you want to have at least 2 months recovery time before the summertime comes. If you want to have a reveal or you want to enjoy yourself or you have a trip plan, whatever, what have you. For the ones who have surgery in the summer, your summer is pretty much a wash. Like you have to just charge it to the game and understand that next summer you will come back greater and better. Unfortunately, some people don't realize that and they'll have surgery and it was like, oh, I thought that I would be okay by next week or in 2 weeks. Well, why would you think that? You clearly haven't talked to the right people, and they would tell you you will not be okay. You will not be well. You will not be doing hardly anything. Now, are there some people that still try it? Absolutely. But they definitely regret it when they do so. Okay. So I want to help you guys make sure you plan your summers ahead much, much better. You make the right decision, and timing is everything if you want to enjoy your summer with your new shape, your new body. All right. Number one is making sure you schedule it far in advance. Okay. So for example, my birthday is in June. All right. It's June 6th. I had a procedure done that April of that year, 6 weeks to be exact, before my birthday. Within those 6 weeks, did I make a good recovery? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I did a whole lot better than how I was, when I first came out of surgery. Was I all the way well? Absolutely not. I myself did not realize that I did not take enough time or more consideration than I should to make sure that I would be comfortable and be able to relax. I tell you this, I waited 6 weeks. I scheduled my surgery 6 weeks, okay, prior to my birthday. I had a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was a whole situation. Friday, I was as flat as a washboard. Looked great, looked excellent. Body was T. By Sunday, I looked like I was 8 months pregnant. And at that point, I'm like, there's not anything I can do. You're going to be drinking. You're going to be moving around a lot, dancing, whatever, just out of your garment, period. You are going to swell. And I was trying to get back into my garment in between everything I had going on. It helped a little bit, but not much. I finally was just like, you know what? It is what it is. I will get back on it and get back in it starting the next week. But I myself had to learn the hard way that you have got to make sure you schedule enough timing in order for you to be fully recovered, be able to enjoy yourself, look nice in the outfits that you've picked out. Okay. So, generally speaking, 3 months. That is my best guess opinion as far as leading up to the summertime. If you have major things planned, mind you, if you don't care about the summer, it really doesn't matter. But most people do. So, I would say you need to schedule your surgery 3 months in advance prior to the summertime if you want any chance of being outside. You can believe those others who say that they didn't wait that long, but also pay attention to how they looked when they said that. Okay. Some of the other things that most people don't consider out when it comes to timing, not only being prepared for whatever you have going on, but making sure your finances are in order, making sure that you took enough time off of work. That's a big issue that most people don't do, that I'm recognizing, is you have to understand that this is not um easy situation to go through. It is not a microwave fix. It is a pretty tedious journey and process in order to recover properly and being able to enjoy yourself and not have any complications too. Some people don't take into account that when you rush things, you put yourself at a higher risk to get sick. And anything can happen. Like literally just had a client have COVID. It's freaking July. Who gets COVID in the summertime? But that's something we had to deal with. I wasn't able to see her for a good week. So now we are a little bit behind because no one, obviously had hands on her to be able to care for her. So now we're trying to jumpstart and get her back on the right track with her post-op care and things like that. So when you're traveling abroad, make sure you are protecting yourself in these other countries as well, because they have things going on that obviously we don't have here, but you could bring it back, which I do believe that's how she got it. I think she had to have gotten it in the airport. And that sucks because you already tight in everything that you have on. You already can't breathe. Like the last thing you need is to be sick and you just had surgery. Horrible, but we're getting better. We're on a better path, so much happier about that. So, in regards to, again, summertime, being ready for it, adjusting yourself properly. Over this past weekend, most of my clients was hitting me up asking me, can I drink? Or what can I drink? Okay. Rule of thumb is you really should not be drinking until you're like 6 weeks post-op. But let's just be honest, is everybody going to be able to do that? No. Or just flat out won't do it, right? So, the reason why we say no drinking, it's because a lot of alcohol holds yeast, and yeast makes you swell. It can also give you immense belly pain, especially for someone who's had a tummy tuck, right? You already tight and stretched and stitched all up in there. You don't want to drink anything because it's going to make you swell and protrude more, which is going to put your tummy tuck line at risk, meaning it could open up, meaning you could have a big fat hole in your stomach that's not your belly button. So that's why we stress so much to not drink alcohol, especially if you had a tummy tuck. Your BBLs and your lipos, the only thing you have to concern about is the swelling, which most people are already in pain from the swelling. So naturally, you would not want to do something that will cause you even more swelling. Good question. Is it true you cannot drink out of a straw? I learned the hard way. Yes. Drinking out of a straw, try to explain it in common terms. Hiccups, gas pain, the make of like the sucking action from when you use a straw that puts in air, so you'll have trapped air, and it'll be very hard to get out. That actually happened to me. I was not thinking. I'm just, everything I was drinking out of a straw. One night in my sleep, I had this sharp stabbing pain on the right side of my ribs. Every time I tried to inhale, take a breath in, I felt this sharp pain and it hurt to breathe. Like it legit hurt to breathe. So I'm just trying to do like shallow, like, it's like not trying to take a full breath. If I took a full breath, I thought I was going to be out of here. The next morning, I called my massage therapist, and she was like, I really think it's just gas or trapped air, but I'm not sure. You just had surgery, so you might want to go to the ER to rule out a blood clot. I'm like, oh my God. That's what I did not want. I did everything I was supposed to do in order for it not to happen. I'm like, Lord, please. And I'm young. I'm like, I don't understand. But it hurt so bad. So I went to an urgent care. When I tell y'all stuff, is what I know. I'm not making it up. I went to an urgent care, and of course they didn't see me because they're not going to see me because there's a liability because I had surgery in another state. So they were like, you need to go to the ER. So I'm like, okay. I go over to the ER. We do a whole workup, and sure enough, the doctor came back in and was like, well, your lab work is fine, your exams look okay, but I do have to say it's showing that you have a lot of trapped air and you have a little pocket of fluid that's right up under your rib cage, but that'll be fine. That'll dissolve it in time, but you got to try to we got to try to expel the air. So I had to go to the store and get anything that could make me burp or pass gas. So I'm drinking turmeric, which actually helps with that. Of course, sodas, your Tums, your Gas X. I mean, and it actually took a couple days. I was shocked. I could not burp or pass gas for a couple of days, but it finally happened, and I felt so much better. So much better. So that is true. Drinking out of straw, you should not do that really after any surgical procedure, because when they give you medicines, they compromise your breathing. So that's the reason for it as well. And then when they give you the reversal meds, because y'all do know you don't just wake up on your own, right? Like they give you medicines to wake you back up. Well, those have an expiration. So if the dose that they gave you to put you to sleep, because some people it is hard to put them to sleep. It just is what it is. They may have to give you a whole lot of anesthesia to knock you out so that you're comfortable and they can do what they need to do, but they may not have to use that much to reverse you. But you still have that heavy dose of anesthesia inside your system. That's also why you got to make sure somebody who knows what they are doing are watching you appropriately so that you can continue to breathe spontaneously on your own without any assistance. There's people that we could not wake up. I've done some recovery care actually in a surgery center and in a hospital setting. For those who can't wake up, you pretty much have to stay at the hospital until you do. There is no going home. We can't trust your family and your friends that are going to keep hitting you, making sure that you're breathing on your own. No. So that's an extra visit. That's an extra bill, unfortunately, of having to just stay overnight in a more controlled environment to make sure that you're actually breathing on your own. But in regards to the drinking, 6 weeks is ideal. However, if there are things that are going on, events, a birthday or whatever, what I tell mine is wine is okay. Along the line, that's fine. That does not hold as much. It does not make you swell as more. A little sangria. No, the color doesn't matter. Sangria, that's cool as well. And you need to be drinking water. So unfortunately, you're not gonna get too drunk if you care, because you need to drink water behind to flush it. That's also mainly for alcohol as well. If you're gonna have a drink and you still was in recovery in the beginning times, make sure you're drinking some water behind it. That's only gonna help you in the long run and not make you feel so bad during the process. Because it's all fun and games when you're enjoying yourself, and then you wake up and you look like you haven't even had surgery because you're so swollen, and now you're upset. I've told you this, but you decided to do what you wanted to do. Okay. And this is very serious. I get asked the same questions over and over, especially when it's a holiday time, like the 4th of July. Everybody asks the same doggone question. Well, what can I drink, or can I even drink? Then when I break it down to them, some of them be like, well, I just might as well not even worry about it. Or someone be like, well, great, because that's all I drink anyway is wine. Wonderful. You'll be fine. All right. We're going to take a short commercial break. And then when we come back, I'll share some other tips with you guys for how to prepare for this summer when you're having surgery.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At NURSE2BEAUTY, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, NURSE2BEAUTY is ready and available for all of your postoperative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other postoperative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile postoperative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.NURSE2BEAUTY.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at NURSE2BEAUTY. See you next time.
I could hold you in my arms forever, but it wouldn't be long enough. Time is of the essence, yeah, but I'm running out. Why can't I run away from you? Why can't I run away from you? No, just say you won't.
For the cost, I'm having lover's remorse. Climax after climax, and now I'm looking for my drawers. They on the floor. See, I got a pre-rolled in the car. It's crazy how feelings can change between yesterday and tomorrow. Your late 20s, they got you all up in my business. You see, younger women be less likely to question my intentions. You feeling my vibe, you know this shit you came by. Even though it's still shit I can't buy, I'm gon' try. See, these days to see the real friends or the yes friends. These days to see the wedding ring or it's chase my dream. Fucking right, and I got a bad thing for the night. And tomorrow's a different story. See, that's the story of my life.
But hold you in my arms forever, but it wouldn't be long enough. Time is of the essence, yeah, but I'm running out. Why can't I run away from you? Why can't I run away from you? No, just say you won't.
But of course, she always got a voice. With social media temptation, it means I'll always have a choice. I'm psychologically pre-wired to be mentally sex crazed. It got me eating the groceries, thinking back to my I don't give head days. I was young and naive, I was stuck in my ways. She said, most niggas do it and I'm just not acting my age. I know you worked your ass off for that new ass. You gotta show the world, let your phone be the newscast. Give me some more. I'm getting high, thinking of all of the shit that we did on the low. My tenderoni from Tinder be giving the love below. A high key. You willing to try me? You willing to bypass all of my shortcomings and kamikaze?
I could hold you in
I see.
my arms forever, but it wouldn't be long enough. Time is of the essence, yeah, but I'm running out. Why can't I run away from you? Why can't I run away from you? No, just say you won't.
Just say you won't. Just say you won't.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay, but your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last, the slots are filling fast.
All right, you guys, welcome back to Hits 92.3 with Nurse Tay. Today we're talking about being able to prepare properly for the summer if you are having surgery in the summer or are having surgery close leading up to the summer. Okay, so to follow up, we've already discussed how long you should really wait until most people have things planned by a certain date in the summer. My honest opinion is 3 months. Okay, you can tittle with the 6 to 8 weeks, but you're probably not going to be looking the way you want to look or even feel the way you want to feel. All right. Then we touched on drinking. What you can drink, what it be straddling the fence. What you can drink is okay, is wine, sangria, things along that line. What you have to be careful for is your alcohol, your pure, your liquors, your spirits. Those are the ones that carry the most yeast and could cause the most swelling and discomfort while you're trying to enjoy yourself. Okay. Even though it's hot, you still got to wear the garment. All right. There's no pass on that. It's just going to be hot. It's something you have to deal with. So another issue that a lot run into during the summertime is just being uncomfortable in this heat, having to have all those things on in order to stay compressed. Okay. It does not change just because it's hot. Yes, you still need to be in your garment, your faja, 23/7. 23, not 24. We say 23 because you can be out of it for an hour and some change, heavy on the change, well, light on the change, really. So no more than 2 hours. And that will be enough time to get a massage and take a shower. That's it. You must get back in it. You got to be like that for 3 months. 3 months straight. You have to wear it in that condition. So think about that when you're scheduling your surgical procedures in the summertime. It does not change. The rules still apply. I don't know what to tell some of you. It is what it is. Either you're going to do it or you're not, and then we'll see how your results look. Some try to substitute things like, okay, say they want to go somewhere and they're still early in their recovery and it's sleeveless. And they're like, okay, so can I just get the shorts that come up? Or can I get a garment that stops right up under my breast so that you can't really tell I have on a garment and have the shorter ones? The answer to that question is honestly no, but it depends. If you had lipo 360, meaning you had upper back lipo, nothing's going to be compressing or protecting that area. That is why the garments that I choose to sell are not strapless. Doesn't make any sense to me to have it you compressed and shapely from up under your bust and then you still big back up top because you don't have anything to cover it. That's why you need the full coverage of the back garments and the up under garments as well. You know, a lot of times they do your upper back by going right behind the back of your arm, almost close to your armpit. That's something that you want to guard and cover if it's a an incision that is healing. So you can get a strapless garment to wear your outfit out, but please understand you're going to look completely swollen up top and you're really not going to have the best look that you want to have. Some want to have the short shorts of the garment or even a leotard. I do not like the leotard whatsoever because it does not guard, especially if you have something done to your butt. It does nothing for that. You can get garments that have the short shorts that come up pretty short. So you can wear shorts. You can wear a dress if you choose to do so, but it's something you still need to be in some type of protection. I promise you, you can try it all day long. It does not feel right. Like you feel very, very strange and weird being out of your garment early, trying to go somewhere. I've tried it. I've even tried not sleeping in it because I was so tired of having to sleep in that tight thing while I slept. I felt worse the next day. I could barely even get out of bed. I was completely stiff. I was big as I don't know what. Like I did not look like I had been looking prior to just doing what I was supposed to do and staying in it. So I promise you guys, I'm not telling you anything just to say it. Either I know myself because I've been through it, or I've seen so many clients experience the same thing. This is exactly what it is, and this is what you're supposed to do. Okay. So just so because it's summertime, don't mean you can be out of it any less. If you choose to do so, with some that it's got to go somewhere. All right. What I say is, okay, you wear that garment literally up until you're about to walk out the door. And when you get home, you get right back in it. I can't guarantee you how you're going to look in between time. It just depends on what all you're going to do. But I'll let everybody know you're definitely going to feel it. All right. You're going to know that you were not in it. And then that'll teach you next time where if you if you want to go out somewhere because you're trying to be grown and you listening to your little friends and they don't even know what in the world they talking about, let alone they can't even pronounce the surgery, let alone tell you how to do something about it. So some things are trial and error. You have to figure out. Some things I would appreciate people listening to the right people when it comes to that. So we've covered the garment timing. You still got to be in it. After 3 months, also don't switch to a waist trainer too soon, thinking that's going to do something while you out. No, 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 no. Waist trainers should not be worn until you at least 3 months. 3 months, guys. 3 months. Okay. Not enough compression, too much compression makes you swell more. So you don't need to be wearing that too soon. It's only gonna bruise you even more. My God, gonna hurt a whole lot more, and you're not gonna look any different. You're gonna think you do, but you're not going to look any different. All right. If you're going to the beach, you best not have had surgery a week ago. And I mean that. Okay? You cannot fully submerge in water right after surgery because of your incisions. If you had a tummy tuck, that's off limits. Why are you even outside anyway? If you still have drains, and people have really tried it to go to the beach still with drains and everything inside. I'm like, why are you doing this? You're only making your situation possibly worse. Please do not submerge in full water. Smoking. People ask if they can smoke, and I'm not just talking. I'm talking about any type of smoking right now. Okay, any type. We're talking cigarettes, hookah, weed. Most people question hookah and weed. Okay, so let's start with hookah. Hookah is tobacco. All right, it's pure tobacco. Excuse me, depending on the brand. What does tobacco do? Tobacco slows down your healing, meaning when you when people smoke, that is where the lung problems come into. That is why when a lot get older, they have a lot of breathing issues. Asthma gets worse, COPD, lung cancer, emphysema. Okay, it compromises your cells, your red blood cells, which carries oxygen. All right. So if you're smoking and smoking and smoking, then you're slowing down the process of everything. All right. So just like with the red blood cells, same thing when it comes to surgery and your wounds healing, your incisions healing properly. If you're smoking, it's going to take a longer time for your incisions to close than others. And also, if you were to have a tummy tuck or some type of a lift or anything like that, it'll take a longer time to heal. Doesn't mean that if you do smoke, you can have surgery. You can. You just need to stop smoking 30 days prior to, because a lot of surgery centers test you. They don't really test you for weed, they test you for nicotine. For some surgery centers, you can smoke weed. That's totally fine. But you better not have any nicotine in you. They'll give you a nicotine test before they give you a drug test. That's what a drug test is, actually. It's nicotine. So you get a nicotine test and you get a pregnancy test. Okay. So if you do smoke or if you do hookah, that you got to stop completely. You really can't work your way around that. It's some people that are try because, there are ways to finesse a test. Let's just be real about it. But how, at what cost? At this point, you're just playing too many games. And why wouldn't you want to make sure that everything is going to go the way that it needs to go? And just stop 30 days prior. Just stop. If you try to sneak and pass the test, in other ways, you're going to realize on the back end why that wasn't a good idea. All right. When it comes to smoking weed, what did I just say? Weed is okay. Weed is fine. All right. Weed has wonderful, powerful healing mechanisms. All right. There's nothing against it in the surgery community world. Now, every surgeon is different in that. I will tell you, most in Miami don't care about it. Even in other countries, not so much. Maybe here and there, one won't want you to, and one it won't matter. In Atlanta and other states like Texas, they might care if they see it. All right. But Miami for sure don't care. Okay. What they do care about is what I just said, nicotine. All right. So what does that mean? If you're a weed smoker, you can still smoke weed. Okay. You just cannot use tobacco products. So no leaves, no backwoods, no swishers, none of those. All right, all in natural paper. So your raw cones are good. King palm, I know a lot of people use those. Those are pretty good. And just straight out of a water pipe. You can use those methods or edibles. That's fine as well. But absolutely, positively, no nicotine. Okay. And most people like, what is that? Guard? The leaf? The leaf? No, you cannot use the leaf. It doesn't matter how much you wash it off. It doesn't matter. It's still going to have some residual tobacco on there. And I would hate for you to go in thinking cleaned it up really good, and then you're still not able to have your surgery because it's positive for nicotine. And just like a pregnancy test, any line is a line. It don't matter if it's faint, if you can barely see it. If it's a line there, you failed, and you're probably not going to be able to have it. Now all your money's wasted for now until you can wean it out your system and be able to have the surgery that you want to have. Okay. As to how much you can smoke, everyone is pretty much different with that. I would say if you're more of a smoker, then please don't take the narcotic drugs that they give you. Let's be smart here. Pick one struggle and stick with it. All right. It's never a good idea to go mixing all of those things. Never, 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 never. A good surgical coordinator will ask you, hey, when are you do you have anything coming up? Do you have anything planned, like a birthday or wedding, a vacation or something? Those are the ones that's supposed to facilitate guiding you in the right direction with making sure that you have this right in your timing and that your healing will be effective. Now, sometimes they'll say things that aren't quite accurate because, again, everyone is different. Summertime also as well when it comes to your hygiene. Okay, yes, you will have to stay on top of it more so because of the heat. It's very unfortunate that, it happens, but please understand, y'all, everybody that has a BBL don't stink. It's not every person. It's pretty random, actually. You could have never had BV or yeast or any of those things. And as soon as you had the surgery, now you have that and you have to deal with it. It's unfortunate, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. People are just going to say whatever these days, and you just have to make sure that you're staying true to who you are. You're doing everything that you're supposed to do so that your healing can be as optimal as possible. Now, when it comes to that inner heat, I will say yes, it is more pungent. It's way more noticeable. So please don't be that person that thinks that you smell it but nobody else does around you. We all do. Okay. Now there's some people like myself, I'm not mean or hateful or anything like that. I will address it if I feel the need to do so. If I feel like you're not smelling it. Well, you are, or you're trying to make me suffer. That's not okay either. But I always wanted to be a comfortable, safe space so that you can say whatever you want to say and understand that I'm not judging you. I just want you to be able to get it right and get it together. Okay. Also, when y'all are in the heat, If you have like incisions on your back and stuff like that, you need to be putting on sunscreen. That it can, for one, make your scars darker, which I know a lot of people don't like. As soon as possible, everybody's asking, well, when can I use a scar cream, or what can I put on? You can use scar cream as soon as your incisions are closed. All right. If we are still using them for draining purposes, please don't put anything on them. Nothing at all. All right. Once they close, especially on your back. So y'all want to know how I know somebody had surgery off rip? If they're in a bathing suit, or if there's something that's backless, they'll always have, I'm telling everybody's business, a dot, if you will, which is actually an incision point in the middle of their back. It may be, if you're light skinned, it'll be kind of red looking, or maybe a little brown. If you're dark skinned, it'll just be darker. That is one of the main lipo areas of the back. It's slap dab in the middle. Also up under the armpits in the back, like touching that area there. And then also at the bottom as well. Or for BBLs, they'll have one on top of each cheek, because that's one of the incision points to know to where they insert the fat. And people are very conscious about that. Me, I don't care. I feel like as long as you look good, what does it matter? What does it matter? But some people are very, very self-conscious about it, and they don't want anyone to know, and they want their scars to go away. And that's totally fine. Just make sure you're using the right products. All right. So I hope I was able to answer some important questions about the summertime, being ready and staying ready. I hope everyone has a safe week, and I will see you guys next Monday on Hits 92.3.